Sari. So I wanted to do a very quick video to just share something with you and also to remind everyone and let them know I'm off as of a week tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last chance to sign up to the 1 week course if anyone wants to join me on that, because then I won't have the capacity to be available to do it then until September, probably middle of September. So if anyone's got any questions or wants help with anything before then, let me know. But I wanted to share something with you. So I've put the word Christmas in the title because one of the stories and one of the insights that I used to have this idea and this story in my head that I got really stressed at Christmas. So when I'd had previous episodes of really acute anxiety, and what I mean by really acute anxiety is to the point where it was so extreme that I felt like the only way out was either to be medicated or to be struck by lightning or something like that. I don't know what I thought, but it was where it was really extreme and I had no idea how to get out of it, and tried everything but unsuccessfully. And that had happened around Christmas time, when inevitably we have the capacity to get into overthinking around that time. There's more to do, there's more to manage, there's things to remember, there's things to organise, there's people to please, there's all of that stuff which may or may not create more thinking. And so I had this story and this idea that I didn't like Christmas because I got stressed at Christmas and I would potentially get really anxious at Christmas. So I had to tread very carefully around Christmas. And so I had so many ideas about Christmas, until I came across the three principles. And now even hearing the word Christmas does not send a shiver up my spine like it used to. Because even the word would make me think, oh no, it's going to make me anxious because it's Christmas and I always get anxious at Christmas. And now I know that Christmas can't make me anxious. So, the Grinch cannot come and steal my Christmas. The only thing that can steal my Christmas is my thinking. And a couple of really simple insights into that is, well, first of all, I then had an acute period of anxiety in the summer when the sun was shining. It's like, oh shit, so it's not just Christmas. Maybe I don't like summer either. And I'm like, I'm going to seriously run out of seasons here if I carry on this way. And realise, oh, maybe it isn't just Christmas where I get acutely anxious, because I can get acutely anxious in the summer, and that was proven to me by me being acutely anxious one summer. And so that was kind of like, maybe there's something different then. Maybe it isn't just Christmas, or maybe it is just, maybe it's weather extremes that makes me anxious. Who knows? So I was looking for something outside that would create this anxiety. Now, so actually, I realised when I was anxious in the summer as well as at Christmas that the idea that I only got anxious at Christmas, or I got a lot more anxious at Christmas, was bullshit. It was just a story I created. And then the other thing that was interesting is, as I said a minute ago, even the word Christmas would make me overthink Christmas and think, oh, I hope I'm okay next Christmas. I hope I'm not as bad as I was last Christmas. And all of that would start. So I'd start anticipating it. Hello, hope you're okay. You should be sleeping and resting. Someone's just popped up who's had their gallbladder out today, and I've had mine out. I think you probably know that, but you need to take it easy and don't rush your recovery, because you'll be weak for a little while, but you will feel much better afterwards when you get better. So the other thing is, I would notice that even the word triggered it. So say if, I don't know, anyone that's got small children, they could be partial to a Christmas movie in the middle of July, for example. Like, there is no limits as to how many times you can watch a Christmas movie. Sorry, my light's just died. How many times you can watch a Christmas movie. So you could find yourself being in the midst of watching a Christmas movie or being asked to watch one in July. And then I'd be like, oh, I don't want to watch a Christmas movie in July, because what if it triggers my anxiety because I'm thinking about Christmas? And then again, it's like, oh yeah, so clearly it's my thinking that's creating it, because if a Christmas film can make me anxious, it's not actually Christmas, is it? It's not the time of year. It's not being in the midst of Christmas. It's my thinking about what that will entail, and then the fear that even watching a film could trigger something in my thoughts of, oh, what if I can't cope? So it was a really good example of of how it is created through thinking, but the stories we have and we continue to tell ourselves, then we start to believe them, and we start to create this story of that that's how we are. I mean, I've told so many people in the past that I'm not good at Christmas. I get stressed at Christmas. I always get stressed at Christmas. Like, how many times did I need to say that to myself? And then once I realised I could get stressed in summer as well, I stopped telling everyone I was stressed at Christmas, because otherwise I'd be saying, well, I get stressed in summer, and then I get stressed in spring because it's still, it's just before getting into the summer, and that can trigger, it's like, I mean, how ridiculous does it need to be? How far do I need to take it? So I don't get stressed by Christmas. I have been known to overthink around that time, to create lots of anxious thinking and then anxious feelings, but it's absolutely bugger all to do with Christmas. It's me. So I've spoilt it for myself, unfortunately, on numerous occasions. I've just got by at Christmas. I've just got by and just managed, because I've given it so much. And really interestingly, one of the Christmases that I surprised myself, because I was a lot calmer than I normally would be, was a couple of years ago. And we went to Tenerife the week before Christmas. So we got back literally Christmas Eve. And I didn't feel stressed at all that Christmas. And I know now, on reflection, that the reason I didn't get stressed at Christmas is because I didn't have time to overthink everything. Because it's almost like Christmas has been taken away from me, because we were in the sunshine the week before. So I wasn't triggering the same sort of thoughts, and I wasn't stressed about having everything ready, because actually the holiday became the focus, and Christmas was just a nice thing to come home to afterwards. It just shows that actually, again, there's another example of how it wasn't Christmas making me anxious. It was me overthinking it. I must do this and I must do that. Whereas because I was going away to Tenerife, I was like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not a big deal. Just focus on getting into the sunshine and enjoying my week away. So, it's just, and that is what insights are. They're not big, huge things. They're just us starting to notice. In a way, they're just us noticing little discrepancies in what we're telling ourselves. It's like someone calling bullshit on our stories. It's like us calling bullshit on our own stories and realising, sorry, I'm swearing a lot. It is after 9, isn't it? Watershed. It's us starting to realise, oh yeah, what a load of rubbish that is, and in a way, for me, that example about Christmas and then summer, it wasn't really a nice way for me to get that insight, because I spent a whole summer being anxious, to then realise, oh, it's not just Christmas, it's also summer. It wasn't nice. I really have to go through all of that, but if I'm going to take something away from it, that insight was just fine, just do me fine, and it all kind of adds to and is all evidence in my exploration of how my experience in the world is created through my thinking. Trying to put Christmas is overwhelming, but I love it. Yeah, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Like now, yeah, it's exciting, and if it's become stressful, then I just think, what do I need to change? Because it's just not meant to be stressful. I don't need it to be stressful, and it's as overwhelming as we want to make it, because I think we put a lot of pressure on it being just right. Like, some people don't celebrate Christmas. It's something that is there for us to celebrate, but yet we can end up celebrating when it's over, because we've managed to get through that period where we might be really stressed, because we tell ourselves we're really stressed, and it really does not need to be at all. And what can happen is, so someone like me that didn't like it, I would almost try and distract myself. So I would take loads on, like stuff that I didn't need to take on and nobody would have expected me to take on. Like, I'll do it, and it's because I'll get through it and distract myself, which was silly, because that was just creating more adrenaline and more stress. And actually, all that really I enjoy and look forward to is just having time off and spending it with family. Like, the rest is quite insignificant, really. I'm at the age now where I'm not even that bothered about presents. How sad is that? So yeah, so I just wanted to share that, because I tell you what triggered me thinking about that is, I think it was my daughter told me, oh no, Jackie on, one of my friends on it, she's got a lovely a new page that's set up with items called Perfectly Bespoke, like B as in BEE, which creates gorgeous little keep keepsakes and things for children, not just children, adults as well. And she put a certain amount of days for Christmas. It made me laugh because I saw it and I put a comment saying, "Oh no, stop it." But just like jokingly, but actually, honestly, in the past, that would have just sent me into, oh God, I'm dreading it. And it just made me smile. Stressing to get it perfect, but it always is anyway, however it turns out. Exactly. And that's like a lot of things in life is we can stress about them till the cows come home. We can't control the outcome. What's going to be is going to be. You know, I remember one year my little nephew, when he was little, he was really premature. So when he was small, he suffered a lot when he got a cold or a cough, or it just really, really wiped him out. And one Christmas, again, just stressing about getting everything done and blah, blah. And he ended up being ill. And then they came to my house in the day, and then they ended up rushing him to hospital, my sister and my mum, taken to hospital. And actually nothing mattered at that point. So all the stuff we'd worried and stressed about, we weren't even together anyway. We were sat round just kind of waiting for that, and it just suddenly it became really insignificant. It just shows that, again, you know, whatever our focus is on, that's what we're gonna think about, and that's what we're gonna be getting feelings from. So yeah. Okay, so that's enough of Christmas. We've still got sun to have, but it just made me think, because any sort of trigger of that, like literally I wouldn't let Maya watch Christmas films in the middle of the year because I don't want to be thinking about that just now. And it's like, what difference does it make really? So yes, so I'll leave it there. Yeah, make sure you rest, Jen. Get some sleep, and don't overthink all your symptoms in the next few days, because you'll have a few, my dear, and you'll feel weak and tired and drained, but it's just your body healing and getting back to normal. So just try not to give it too much thought and just take it easy, do what you need to do. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.